I'm scrolling to Esau, I don't see it. I scroll to, you got Eskimos there, you got all these Edomites with the name E and their history. You scroll to the damn back of the book, they say Esau, you know, Jacob's brother, but they don't talk about it in the book. There's no page number. It's just in the back. Why don't you talk about Esau? Let's do some. Come on, you can talk about Abraham, but you can't talk about Esau. Was not Esau? Yeah, it's in the glossary. Was not Esau a significant figure like Abraham? You got a whole. You can talk about Abraham, but when it comes to Esau, we ain't talking about Esau. We ain't talking.
They go into it in the Zondervan's dictionary.
Same with the Christian church. Hey, can you tell me what Esau is? Oh, we don't know. Sin is Esau. That's what Esau is, sin. So when you see sin, it's Esau. They'll tell you all kind of crazy shit to avoid giving you a direct answer. We had a pastor that came up at the old spot. I told him to his face, man. I said, you just need to come straight. You like to give these dancing and tap dancing. He talking about, I'm as straight as an arrow. And I said, okay. I forgot what I asked him. Then what he do? Give me this long ass answer. I said, I thought you were straight as an arrow. And then he walked off.
You talking about the pastor that I knew, or was it a different pastor? The one that was smoking a cigarette, wasn't it?
I don't even remember how he looked, to be honest. I just remember what he said. He's like, I'm straight as an arrow. And I asked him a question, and he gave me this long ass answer because he don't want to say the white man. That's him. Yeah.
Back in Luke chapter 6 and verse 23, rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. This the point. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets.
So clearly, these people in the world don't understand. Look like we're scooting down. Clearly, the people in the world don't understand what it means to take this walk. The Lord didn't say go out and get praise and fame. Scriptures talk about how a good name is better than it's good to have a good name, but it's about your deeds, right?
That breeze feel good as mud, don't it?
So it's a good thing to suffer persecution, but it's something you have to believe. You have to believe. You catching all this hell. You gotta go somewhere, some type of refuge, and that's what that comfort is. It's knowing someone else went through the same thing. So the apostles, they went through the same thing. Now let me see what their reward was. Oh, they were blessed. They were.
Just spread it out.
Yeah. So these people don't understand what it means to walk this walk. So with that said, what you should learn from that is, one, Esau knows the truth. You are not allowed to speak the truth. But if you want to condemn Esau, just speak the truth. Nick Cannon, we gotta finish this. Nick Cannon was an example of a man that fell amongst the stony places. And the Lord prophesied him. Like the brother mentioned earlier, you got other devils trying to call him out. We'll call him out. The Lord already called him out. The Lord already said you're going to have a lot of people who have the spirit of, I want to follow the Lord. But let them get an opportunity in this world. They're going to turn their back, quick. And we had a guy in the camp. He looked like he was coming out week in, week out. One day he just never came back. We never heard of him. Come to find out, he got another job at Wendy's, and he was like, I'm about to make this money. So I can't deal with y'all no more. And then he scoffed a little bit too. You remember he used to scoff, see people behind him YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So he got an opportunity to work a second job. He's like, I'm about to make this money. Come on, bro, second job, anybody can do that. Just most people don't. Lord already prophesied him.
I got something for you real quick. That's Luke 14:16. Then said he unto him, a certain man made a supper and bade many, and sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, come, for all things are now ready. And they, all with one consent, began to make excuse. The first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground, and I must needs go and see it. I pray thee have me excused. And another said, I have brought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to prove them. I pray thee have me excused. And another said, I have married a wife, therefore I cannot come.
We heard that plenty of times.
So that servant came and showed his Lord these things. So the servant came and showed his Lord these things. And the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city and bring in hither the poor and the maimed and the halt and the blind.
And the master of the house is Yahweh, preparing the wedding for his son. And then, you know what the Jakes are saying? What I would serve you. The thing is, if I follow you, I can lose my wife, and you know that's my wife. So I can't do it. I gotta protect my family, my kids. Lord, I would serve you, but I lose my job in this, and I wouldn't go hard. I'm not about to get it up. Lord, I would come and serve you, but you're calling me a terrorist. I ain't about to be no damn terrorist. So you're gonna go with black. I'm gonna get the vaccine. I'm gonna get the chip. Cause I can't die. You know, what you want me to die? Who's that said that? It was Boosie, wicked ass. That'd be hypocritical, right? God gave me pork. He created the food, but then he tell me I can't eat the food. It's hypocritical. No, you stupid nigga. Every animal has a role on this earth, and he clearly tells you what you can and can't eat. But all of a sudden, the Most High hypocritical. The Most High gonna get you, man. You're dead, man. Who cares about you?
He's a zombie.
You're a dead man.
Now all of a sudden, that the Lord don't have no understanding now. Yeah, like niggas think that they smarter than the Lord. I did a video on that nigga not too long ago. I think he was talking to Michael Blackston. He's talking about he was on like Facebook Live or something. And this nigga talking about some, I'll pay a bitch to get $4 horse, 10 bands, on my line. I'm like, this nigga is sick, man. Like, who in their right mind would want to see that? You know, hey, even if you could, pair, why would you want to waste money just to see that? I want to see no crap like that.
He said that's what they was doing down there on that road.
Ezekiel 33 and 17. Yet the children of thy people say the way of the Lord Yahweh is not equal, but as for them, their way is not equal.
Right. Nigga don't even know why his stomach growling. Got the nerve to say the Most High don't know what he's talking about. Don't even know why he got cancer. The Most High don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Most High will get that.
He look at the nigga, he got all bags and stuff on his eyes, like he just dead.
And he sold out years ago anyway to get out of prison. So he's a dead man walking regardless.
It's St. Matthew 13 and 3, and it reads, and he spake many things unto them in a parable, saying, behold, a sower went forth to sow, and when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. Verse 20. But he that received it, that received the seed into stony places, the same as he that heareth the word, and Anon with joy received it.
That's Nick Cannon. Go ahead. He talked about the truth openly, with joy he received it. He realized that he's just not a Negro. He realized that his talent has an explanation to it, that he's rooted back to a heavenly people, special people. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Yet he hath not rooted himself, but endured for a while.
So he didn't fully understand what he was involved in. He did it for a while. He did the research. He probably watched a few videos, maybe some IUIC. He probably heard some things he liked. He endured for a while.
It says, for when tribulation or persecution, because of the word, it says, by and by he is offended. He he also that receives.
That's it. By and by, he's offended. He's the seed sown amongst the thorny places, and that's what the sun represents: persecution and tribulation. It said what? The sun scorched him, and because he didn't have much root, he withered away.
Well, it's a little bit more. Yeah. You want to hear this? It said, verse 22. He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word. Anyway,
Hear him before you see him.
and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he become unfruitful. But he that receiveth seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30.
Yeah, and when he says and understanding it, that means you understand what you're involved in. Don't you see? It's only natural, especially even in this world today, that when you come into the truth, you think it's supposed to be all good things, right? You hear the truth, you happy. That's how I was. I was happy when I heard the truth. I was breaking it down. I mean, the brother broke it down to me. That's the time he was a brother. Broke it down to me. I was so happy. He gave me these packets. I was so joyful. I got to ride home from the cousin, and the whole time in the car, he was trying to talk me out of it. But man, I don't want to see you out there, man. You know what they could do to you. I didn't care what this nigga said. I went home and I let it was like, Mom, look what I found out, this and that. There was no problem at first. But when you deal with it, you go what? You tell your friends, you tell your family. And then they looking at you like, nigga, you crazy. I don't believe that. That's a BS. That's a lie. So you thinking, well, I'm supposed to receive good things for doing a good thing. I'm not supposed to receive any loss. Those are people who don't understand what it is they're involved in. You're gonna lose. You're gonna be by yourself. You're gonna be alone. You may lose everything. The jakes that don't understand it or aren't ready for that, you become like Nick Cannon. They prove that they aren't really rooted in this, but they're only in it so long as everything's all good. I'm only in it so long as we got jakes like that.
They probably look at it as a fad, a trend or something.
You got jakes like that. You got jakes in the truth right now saying to themselves, I'm in this so long as everything's all good. But if Esau starts sending these militia groups, I ain't signed up for that. You got jakes like that. That's why the Most High said he gonna root them out.
It said a care in this world choked the word out. Because he more worried about his show and other worldly things. And hey, what happened? He pretty much denounced it. He just denounced Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
He denounced everything that quick.
Yeah,
That sun rose and he was like, oh hell, just a look. You just got a little tap. You got a little tap. You saw how fast he folded. What can the Most High do with someone like that? Absolutely nothing. What if the Lord said, look, Ken, you got to put away your family. Stay away from them. Well, I can't do that. Look, my family. First of all, you married a whore. You had children by a whore, I think you did.
Alright, a couple of them, Nick.
Passed around away before he even came in.
But, so the Most High can't do nothing with somebody like that. Just like you got Jake, so I got to eat my pork. The Most High can't do nothing with you, man. You can't do something so simple for him. You can't do nothing with you. The Most High go tell you to do something. He ain't got time for no talking back. He ain't got time for that, man. You go do what he says you gonna do. That's like dealing with, that's like hiring a man it's like hiring an employee that ain't always there when you need him. But he's there sometimes. So if you really need some emergency work done, in your mind, you're like, I will call this guy, but he ain't reliable. You're not gonna get hired. Most High don't want, he's not gonna assign a task to any of his men, only for them to be like, nah, Lord, I ain't doing that. Look, you see what you asked me to do. You want me to go before these nations and prophesy? They gonna kill me. I ain't doing that. Most High ain't got time for that, man.
I got it. It's Luke 12 and we start at 8. Also I say unto you, whosoever shall confess me before men, him shall the Son of Man also confess before the angels of God. But he that denied me before men shall be denied before the angels of God.
So the kid's gonna be denied because he denounced the whole truth. He didn't just apologize. He said I was speaking on things that wasn't true.
Man.
I was trying to uplift me, my people, but I've heard of them. These great, masterful people, whatever the hell he said.
Magnificent.
Yeah, magnificent people. And I'm not even really mad because you didn't know nothing, man. You're small fry. You're just a guy who's getting tossed around, was famous, nobody cares anymore. Now you stumbled up, said something, they got you, now you ain't really nobody, man. You weren't really anybody to sit on some type of seat when you was really like some type of role model for our people. That's the thing, you weren't like people that people looked up to. It was just a Jake who stumbled across who had the truth. It was a nigga with some money. Spoke the truth openly. They got on your ass, and now you like, oh, I ain't signing for this. Yeah, something like that.
Nah, he ain't.
So they got the
Okay.
X5 20 now. Okay, rejoice.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou comes to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thine heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou be mayest increase at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity.
So you got to be prepared for the worst. And us in the flesh, the Most High understands. Look, the Most High understands what we need, the things that we need, the things that we care for. That we always thinking about our future, always. We always thinking how we gonna better ourselves, always, man. So you have to, when you grow in this faith, you have to understand the worst that can come. And when you go through it, pray through it. Right? Pray through it. If you have the expectation, like certain Israelite groups, that we're gonna be here for the next 10